if you are an OG of One Rental at a Time, you know this young man, Mr. Bill Allen, is somebody I have put on the Mount Rushmore of real estate investors. We don't get the opportunity to speak to him a lot because he has so many things going on, but he is putting on a masterclass today, August 23rd, and tomorrow, August 24th, that I was so lucky to grab his time because I want to talk about it. I want to put a link below so that you could all check it out. And this masterclass is how to find deals today in today's market at today's interest rates. Again, he's on my Mount Rushmore. Let's see what we have to do. Mr. Bill Allen, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Michael. Thanks for having me on again. And I love it when you say this young man because I don't feel so young anymore, but it feels really good when you say that.
Well, I will keep saying it, young man. It's pretty awesome to have you here. Thank you for being here. Why don't you just tease this masterclass? You have it going on today, tomorrow. This video will be live today because it is that relevant. What is it? What's going on? How long is it? You know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's today and tomorrow, so Wednesday and Thursday. I think today, 23rd and 24th. It's 3 hours long, so each day. So I like to do these short kind of master classes, not be all day, not try to take everyone's full day in their time. It's in the afternoon, so people that have full-time jobs, they can come later. So it's 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock Central Time.
Okay.
I'm in Central, so it's 4 to 7 Eastern Time, and you can do the math Pacific. But what we do is I really try to. It's 100% free. So there's no VIP upsell. There's nothing else that we sell to get on there. 100% free content and value. I'm inviting a lot of my friends in that do hundreds of deals a year. We're talking about a lot of the things that are like buzzwords in the marketplace right now and just breaking them down into very simple, easy to execute ways inside the real estate world. I'm going to teach people how to find the deals, like how to look for them. I'm an expert in marketing, so I really want to talk about marketing and some of the numbers and data and building an avatar and who to talk to and how to look for them. So your list, like how to build a really good list. I have another guy, his name's Andy McFarland. He's coming in to talk about seller financing. So creative strategies to find deals. So subject to owner finance, wraps, things like that, in very simple terms. Again, like make it really easy for entry-level people and more experienced people that just make it too hard and difficult. I've got a guy named Jeremiah Johnson coming in to talk about what to say to sellers and sales tactics and trainings to make you get the best deal and support the people that you're buying houses from the best way that you can and really listen to them. And then I got another guy, Adam Whitney, who's going to come in and talk about novations. So novations seem to be a very hot and popular topic right now. And it's a really simple process that we can show you exactly how to do it and just give it to you. So nothing, we're not selling like giant courses and trainings. I will sell something on there. And all it is our live event ticket. So it's a live event, October 12th, 13th, and 14th in San Diego that I do every single year. And so I am going to be giving away $10,000 in value, like literally $10,000 of stuff that you can buy from me in there just for getting a ticket if you're on there live with us. So that offer is for all the people that are there live. If you're not live, it'll still be a great offer. But yeah, if you're there with us, like really, I'm giving away some really crazy stuff.
Yeah, and again, you're putting on the event Flip Packing Live. It was one of the first events I went to when I left the workforce in San Diego. It was a great event. If people can go back and watch my playlists to see that event, it was awesome. I actually got to meet or speak with Andy at that event. The reason I put you on the Mount Rushmore is because you don't get in the gobbledygook of vocabulary, right? There's a lot of people out there that use, I don't know, college level words to sound like they know what they're talking about. And you do just break things down. And the whole team or tribe that you've attracted kind of had that motivation, right? The Flip Packing Live that I saw in San Diego, and I'm sure it's the same now and will be the same in the future. People just open the kimono. What are we doing today in today's market? And I think that's really important because if people don't know what worked yesterday or 2 years ago doesn't work today. So if you're following somebody that's not changing their business or admitting that today is different, you're going to fail. You're going to fail miserably.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we try to make things really hard and difficult to make it sound like we have something that other people don't have or know. And it's almost a gimmick to sell your product. It's like, yeah, what is this thing? I don't really understand it. And you'll find out when you buy it. I'm very much, and I think that's why our community isn't like as huge as it could be. Like we don't have as many people as some of the other people that are selling things. because I focus on the product. I focus on the back end product and success more than I focus on the front end, driving traffic, marketing, and just selling. So I would rather give things away, have people come in and know who we are and understand that actually this guy has already given me tremendous amount of value. I just have to give him some money now. Like I've made so much money based on the concepts, the ideas, the things that I learned in an event, maybe a free event like our masterclass over the next 2 days, that like I have to attend this event. Like this 6 hours is insane. What's three days going to be like with these people? And so if we can do that up front, I do try to make it simple. And it's a challenge sometimes. Like simple scales, like simple is really important. The more complex our business becomes, the less business we're going to do and the less money we'll make. And so I'm always trying to challenge myself to make my stuff more simple. And sometimes it's kind of hard to make things simple. Like it's work. So to really break down some of these, what seem to be complex topics, to make them really simple, that's the work behind the scenes that happens. And if you can see it simple and you can see it broken down at like even a 3rd to 5th grade level, like some of the best marketers, some of the best people online right now are speaking in that level of what appears to be complex topics, but then just giving them away. I think Alex Hormozi is probably the best in the world at this right now. He takes what appears to be very complex topics and breaks them down very simply. And that's why he has so many followers. That's why so many people are attracted to him and can relate to him, because he's walking through a gas station talking about how to buy protein for his lunch.
Exactly.
Like, it's incredibly simple. He's just like, I eat 200 grams of protein and then I can eat dessert every day. Like, okay, I can do that. And I look like him.
Never skip dessert, man. Never skip dessert.
So it's things like that. I think simple scales for you in the business. And if you're trying to do this, just if you can make it really, really simple, not overthink it, and put it out there to the people that especially when you're talking to sellers. Like we try to make this stuff so hard. Sub 2, owner wraps, like owner, like who, I would never say that to a seller. It's like, hey, would it be okay if the bank has to wait a little bit to get their money? Like, what if you could get your money, but the bank just has to wait a little bit to get their money? Would that be okay? And they're like, yeah, that would be okay. Well, if I could figure out a way to do that, would you be on board? And that's how I introduce Sub 2 to anybody I'm talking to. It's not, hey, could we do a subject to deal and all this stuff? Like, it's confusing to the seller.
Yeah, you know? I've been in sales my whole life. And when you see a new salesperson come up in any industry, they often resort to diarrhea of the mouth. Let me say as many fancy words that I learned or heard someone else say and see if something sticks. I will kind of twist or pivot on one word that I've heard you use a couple of times. And this is because I'm a recipient of a lot of wholesalers and mailers and all of this stuff. I would argue, at least first contact, you're not talking to a seller. You're communicating with an owner. Yeah. And I think too many people come at that first conversation like I am a seller. Dude, you don't know anything about me, right? You got my name on some list somewhere and you're coming at me like I'm already ready to sell. How do you know that? I think that's a dangerous assumption I see a lot of people make. It may have worked 3 years ago, but it's not working today, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. And I think like everybody out there in the marketplace right now is pretty much using the exact same sales training and structure and concept. So we have a presentation at Flip Hacking Live this year that Lindsay Arco, one of my members, is doing. And it's like this new way of sales, where it is really about the human being behind it. It's actually like compassion, caring, these kind of things. It's not exactly the way you sell it or the whole structure of the sales call. It's really about like massive active listening and just really caring and compassion. And it's nothing new in sales. It's just the fact that what was working 2 or 3 years ago for us in our company buying houses is not working right now, because everybody's saying the same thing and they know, like they're seeing it. They're just like, oh, you're just like everybody else. If we can be different and stand out, so how do we be different? I'm working on the same thing for my program. Like on the back end of Flip Hacking Live, we have a program that I run that I am obsessed with success. And I think the coaching model is broken, period. I think it's broken. And I think I have the solution, which I'm going to talk about at the event.
There you go. There you go. Well, let's break down what they're going to give this masterclass. I kind of got 3 sections. We'll go through each. First, it is the list. It is forming that list. So I assume you're going to be talking about some technology or apps. You're going to talk maybe about lead stacking. It's basically going to how to, what is top of funnel and moving in. I will let you know that most of my followers, we're MLS-based searchers. So what I'm telling folks to do today is, hey, we're not worried about first day listings. We're not worried about clean properties. We're looking at days on market over 30 and ugly, kind of tired properties. Because today, the great deals are going to come from motivated sellers. And this is wild, Bill, in my opinion. You've been doing this a while, but I've been doing this 22 years. I believe what will transpire over the next 6 months, it will be the easiest time to find motivated sellers other than 2010. And that's because who the hell wants to sell a home at 7.5%, 8% interest rates? No one, unless you have to. So a lot of my folks focus on the MLS, obviously, but there are other ways to attract stuff. So I'm going to guess Andy's talking about apps and some other stuff.
So actually, I'm doing this part. So this is
Okay,
me.
my bad.
I love. So you said something that I think is really important to notice. A lot of people in the marketplace that are new, they think a distressed house equals a distressed seller. So a motivated distressed seller is the only thing that we're really looking for. Like we have, and it might be a beautiful house, it might be an ugly house. I mean, just driving around looking at crappy houses doesn't equal a motivated seller. So what I want to do is what I'm going to do on this masterclass, I'm going to break down and define like who we're actually looking for. So if we understand what that avatar looks like, we can understand some of the like psychographics, demographics, location of these people and like what they do, where they hang out, and think like marketers. I think real estate professionals, flippers, wholesalers, landlords, short-term renters, all this stuff. We kind of think like we're in the real estate business. We're really in the people business. We understand that. We understand how to market to the people. And you understand, even on the MLS, like how do we talk to those people and what do they look like? How do they drop their prices? How do they communicate back and forth? Like what is a motivated seller? What are some of the keywords that they might be using in their listing that you could be searching for? But if to go back, I like to take people a few steps back and make them really think, instead of just follow the leader. Like I want to teach you how to think so you don't need me or anybody else. You can build your own business. That's and awesome. So in there, I think the avatar conversation is going to be really important today, that I'm going to spend time doing, is really understanding what they are and what they look like. And then you can figure out where they hang out. And so if they're on the MLS, and so if you understand who they are, you can look anywhere, MLS, off market, at church. When you're talking to somebody, you can start seeing the signs of motivation. And then, there could be some list stacking and some tech, but really I want to teach the basics. I mean, any of these things work. Any of these technology systems work. The MLS works, everything works.
I'm actually very happy to hear that. Then the next thing, it's going to be about creative ways to get financing done, whether it's seller financing or sub-2 or wraps or any of these other more advanced terms. I have not done any of them except seller financing. And really, again, it's going to be about the avatar, right? Can the seller say yes? I can't tell you how many people go to a class or guru and seller financing is the thing, and they look at every opportunity like it's seller financing. Dude, they've got no equity. They can't say yes. Even if they wanted to, they can't say yes, right? You got to understand their equity position. You got to understand the financing with sub-2. So again, there's a lot of things going on today. I have told Pace personally and that community that I think the next 2 years are like 1981 and 1982 for creative financing, which is where Robert G. Allen cut his teeth on creative financing. It's going to be a repeat of that. But there is a right way and a very, very, very wrong way to do this stuff. So I'm sure you're going to talk about all of that in kind of topic number 2.
Yeah, for sure. And that's Andy McFarland's world. So he's done seller financing his whole career the right way, the ethical way. I absolutely love this guy. And funny enough, I was just at an event outside of Las Vegas and Robert Allen was there for a day. I got to spend some time with him, got to meet him. And it was really cool to kind of see where all that started. I mean, he wrote a book the year I was born. It was really cool to meet him and spend some time with him and really talk real estate and strategy and stuff like that. Was cool. So in this, you're totally right. Sometimes the people are like living in the house and can't even, I mean, they need to buy another house. Like if you just go in with one tool, it doesn't matter what it is. Like you have to have a tool belt. And so the whole goal is if we can teach you a couple different strategies, so you're not just dropping the cash hammer or you're just not dropping the sub-2 hammer. Like you need it all. Like you need to understand that if you could have 4 or 5 different strategies walking in there, then you have the tool that can help that seller. And if you can have multiple tools, it's not rocket science. It's really not. It's incredibly simple. If you can have some simple tools that you just understand, when you hear that term or that idea or this opening comes, you can go down that route because you just have a little bit of knowledge and experience with it. We just want to like expand your box a little bit. So if you're just cash, then what if I can give you a little bit of knowledge and experience, just expand your box a little bit? So eventually you can walk in there like Andy McFarland, who can give them 6 or 7 different options. And they don't even have to talk to anybody else. They only have to talk to you. That's the goal.
And then again, I love the fact that you're taking on some of the new hot topics. There's something you threw out there at the end called novations. I've heard of them too. Don't know what they are. Don't know how to use them. but you're going to introduce them to folks because I know a lot of people are talking about them. And this is why you're on Mount Rushmore, because you're gonna help people understand what is hot today. Again, how to do it right, what the dangers are. So I appreciate you. Anything else you want to talk about this masterclass that is today and tomorrow?
No, I think the point, real quick with novations though, it's also incredibly simple. And if you're a realtor, you learned it in real estate school. They teach it. It's just an exchange of contract. It's very simple. And
Nice.
a lot of times we put like fancy terms on it, things like that, so we can make it a big deal or make it seem like it's something new. And it's really not. So we're just going to teach you and break you down how to do that. So I'm excited about this event, 100% free. We have probably, I don't know, we'll have over 1,000 people there. And
Wow.
I'm really excited. Yeah, we have, I think, 12 or 1,300 people signed up right now. We're doing a big push this morning. I'm really excited. And these are all people that are pretty new to our world. It was a lot of
Yeah.
ads, a lot of people that aren't coming to Flip Hacking Live, never seen us before, that I just wanted to over deliver. That's my goal.
Yeah. Well, folks, do me a favor. There will be a link below. Let him know you came from ORaaT or One Rental at a Time or Mike Zuber, wherever you want. Just let him know that his time this morning was worthwhile. I would appreciate it. I will get this loaded. I'll probably load it actually at 11 a.m. Pacific, maximizing the time. Go check out the masterclass today, tomorrow, 3 hours, full of value. He is on my Mount Rushmore. Bill, thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.